I wholeheartedly welcome you all to this presentation. So just give me 30 seconds so that I can share my presentation. Madam, could you please confirm me whether the screen is properly shared or not? Hope the screen is visible. Yes, ma'am. Thank you so much. So voice is audible, clearly audible, ma'am. Can you please confirm? Yeah, thank you so much. So friends, welcome to this presentation that is on building strong online presence of our research visibility. And we'll be discussing about some tools, techniques, and strategies. So first of all, we need to understand as why this particular presentation is scheduled for you all. The only reason is that we are working very hard to produce some scholarly literature. Maybe we are presenting paper or publishing papers. So how we should make it happen, or how we should make it visible to the research community or any general community who is interested in our research work. So first of all, let me make a few points very clear so that we can move to the next slide. Friends, as the title denotes that it is about research visibility, here I am going to cover three important groups. The first group is researchers, and second group is about research, means what all we do in research. We publish, also we conduct research. And the third thing is employers or the institutions wherein we are working. So in my presentation, I am covering these three groups as far as visibility is concerned. So I'm going to talk about visibility of researcher. I'm going to talk about visibility of research publication as well as our research endeavors. And third thing, I'll also talk about the institutions or employers who have hired us and wherein we are working. So how to make these three things visible, and what all tools, techniques are involved in making that happen. So we'll be discussing on that. So friends, before I give you an overview, let me share few figures and statistics so that you can understand as where and why and what we are going to discuss in this presentation. So India is world's fourth country which is producing research products, especially in the research papers. It has got fourth position in the world. It is producing more than 1.3 million papers. I'm just talking about the papers. And if you take UK, UK is producing 1.4 million papers every year. And USA is producing 4.4 million, and China is producing 4.5 million. So China is standing first as far as research paper production is concerned. And when it comes to citation, because we are just publishing the papers, but we are more concerned about the citation also, as whether my papers are being cited or not. So India is standing in the 9th position as far as citations to research paper that is being produced in India. So we are far behind as compared to some other countries, because we are producing good number of articles and we have fourth position in the world as far as production of research papers are concerned. But when it comes to citations, we are in the we are in the 9th position. Another important element before I start this presentation, that out of this 1.3 million papers, 19% of the paper of this 1.3 million papers are produced in collaboration with the international experts. So this is why I mentioned this point, because I'm going to connect this point in my presentation as why collaboration is very important, and what should we do to have a very good collaboration or networking. So we'll be discussing about that. And also I'll be connecting these figures when I proceed further, when I actually start my presentation. So in this presentation, we are going to see what is this visibility and why should we much worried about this visibility. So why we are more concerned about our visibility, our research publications visibility, and also our institutions visibility. So what is that? That we'll be seeing here, and why this is very, very important nowadays. And to have a very positive visibility online, what should we do? Both offline and online, but in this case, I'm going to share some platforms which are really helpful for you to reach as fast as possible. So what to do to have a very sound and positive visibility of my own research work, my own personality as an individual, and also even this should help to my institute where I'm working. And we'll also discuss about impact. There are different schools of thoughts. They are calling research impact, research communication, or scholarly communication, research impact, research effect. So many terms we use, right? And should we be serious about this impact, or should we just publish our papers? Should we be bothered about our citations? Because in India, what we usually do is we talk about how many papers we have published, but we never talk about how many citations we got for the papers we have published. What is my H index? So in few sectors under the banner of this particular higher education system, we hardly discuss about the citation part. We discuss about how many books we have published and how many papers we have published. So are we really serious about the impact? Because ultimately we are writing to create an impact. We are doing our research to create an impact or help others to continue further research or help people learn about the things that we have mentioned or that we have published in our research work. So we'll be discussing about this impact aspect also in this presentation, and also impact or benefits are concerned to three people. One is individual impact or individual benefit, because what I get after reading your paper, what I get after attending your lecture, what I get after publishing a paper. So individual centric benefits or the impact that we need to assess and understand. And also when you get visibility, definitely your institute also gets visibility. So how institute really benefits from individuals' visibility, that we'll see. And also external benefit or external impact, how we can create, that will be seen. So this visibility is concerned with individual and also institutional and external also. And basically we create two kinds of impact, or we reach out to two kind of category of people. One is institutional stakeholders and external stakeholder. External in the sense I don't have any connection with the reader, but a reader is sitting in New York or in Mumbai. He is reading my paper and he is influenced. He got some ideas. He started further research, because since this topic is concerned with joy of research, so I'll be connecting more to research and publication activities. So in this presentation, I'll be sharing my own experiences and cases, and also I'll share the secrets as what I got, what benefits I got. The only purpose is that to motivate you all as how as an individual I got benefits, how as an institute, the institute also gets some recognition because of some of the activities, and also I have been highly benefited by the institutional visibility also. So these are all interdependent. That's why I initially told you that both all these three aspects, that is research, researcher, and institute, all these three things are interdependent, right? So in this presentation, I'll be sharing my own experiences so that I can effectively convince or effectively share my ideas and my feelings as far as visibility is concerned. So before we move ahead, first of all, we all need to understand, or we all need to introspect or ask ourselves as whether this visibility is concerned to me or not, whether this presentation is really meant for me or not. Because this visibility comes only when you do something and when you share something. So otherwise you won't get any visibility if you are not doing anything. So we'll be covering that point of view also. So friends, in the society, we see two kind of people, right? One kind of a person that we see, he doesn't have much knowledge, he doesn't have much experience or expertise, or he doesn't have that recognizable talent, you should say, but still they are showing off as if they are good, they are best, they are doing really good, they are intelligent. And another set of people or another kind of a person that we see that that person is very talented, very dynamic, very intelligent, very productive, very hardworking, but they never show off. They never reveal, they never come to the platform and share that what they have. Maybe because of general reasons, maybe because of a particular reason. But the point I wanted to make here is that if you have talent, if you have certain skills, if you have something to impact on others, then definitely you should come up and you should show off, because this world badly needs such people who are really making some change. They want to bring change. So we are looking for such kind of people who can really change the thing, change the system, bring reforms, right? Or at least they can encourage the stakeholders or encourage anybody who is concerned with the idea or the thought or the publication or whatever. So good people need to come up and stand on the stage to speak. So this is what is the idea behind this presentation. So friends, as you all know that every day we see the changing rules and regulation. And if you simply say that I'm a very good teacher and I teach very well, so why should I bother about research and publication? Why should I publish papers? Why should I go to conference? Because I'm a very good teacher, because there is a big fan following in my college, because many students admire me and appreciate me. They love me a lot. But friends, you can't say that, because as you know that the promotions are connected with your productivity, right? The promotions, the credits are connected with your productivity. I'm not saying that if you are a very good teacher and you should not involve in research and publication activities. But the time has come now that you need to involve yourself actively in all these three aspects. What is that? TRP. What is this TRP stands for? Teaching, research, and publication. No doubt you are a very good teacher, but still you need to involve yourself in research and publication, because as you know that our credits or our promotions are linked with our these productivity, these activity in research and publication activities. So my only request to all the esteemed participating from different states, and those may be assistant professors or associate professors or professors. But if you are not worked on these areas, research and publication, or if you have joined the institution in the recent years, so please give emphasis on this research and publication activities. Anyway, teaching is a routine job that you are doing, but as far as research and publication are concerned, please do not ignore that. So as I said initially that I'll be sharing some personal experiences also in this, because how what kind of impact I created at institute or at an individual level. And I'll be sharing about my own experience, but you should not think that I am boasting myself. So Bruce Lee's quote is very famous quote that I want to quote here. That is, if I tell you I am good, probably you will say I am boasting. But if I tell you I am not good, you will know I am lying. So again, the same point, if you have any good thing in you, so you need to come up and you need to showcase, because there are some people who are really admiring that kind of nature, that kind of approach, because you all know that we live in society, we get to hear some criticism and also appreciation. So but we should not be bogged down by the criticism, because there are people who really like the way we think, the way we express our ideas, the way we convey our views, and the way we share our knowledge. So I always believe that there are people who really accept and admire the way we are working. So the point is, we need to just stand up and show what we have. Again, I want to repeat that the world badly requires good people who have got talent. Now coming to this presentation, so how to find out whether I'm visible or not? So this is Chris Anderson's very popular quotation, that is, your personal brand is not what you say online. It is what Google says about you. So you need not say what you are, because people are going to different platforms to check who is he. And when we start this presentation. So I'll be discussing about that, how employers are dependent on different platforms to find out your profile, to find out your activities, to find out where you stand in the profession. So that thing is there. So people, they trust the Google results when it comes to searching for somebody, because there must be some participant here. Usually we have this tendency, it's not wrong at all. If some guests are coming to our college or our university, or if NAC committee is coming to our university, so if you know the names of the persons, you usually go to the sites and you check what is their profile. If you are applying for any post or job, and if you get to know that this kind of a panel would be visiting, or they are going to interview, then you will certainly definitely you will go to online resources and you check what is his or her profile and what kind of questions they may ask. So this is a general tendency, and studies show that 90 to 95% of the people, they go to Google or any other search engine to find out who is he, how he looks, what are his credentials, what is his position and affiliation, right? So this is quite fact that now we are living in the age of information communication technology. Actually, this statement itself has become obsolete now, because we are now living in the age of a very advanced and very superior kind of artificial intelligence age, wherein things are changing drastically in each and every sector, and especially education sector has been highly benefited, as well as we have certain threats and issues as far as using AI is concerned. But the point I want to make here is that when our education system has become technological driven education system, so we should value the way we are communicating with the people, the way we are consuming the information, the way we are utilizing or using the online platform. So in that angle, this presentation is presented before you. So friends, just you need to do one thing, whether it is possible now, you can do it. Means in case if you can minimize the browser and you can check that where you stand, you just need to type in your name in Google search box and find out what kind of link you get. Do you get Facebook page first? Do you get Twitter page first? Do you get a LinkedIn page first, or do you get a link of your college website or university website wherein your name is appearing? So here, this is an assignment. You can do it at your own convenient time, so you can take your own time. But please do check where you stand. Just simply check your name in any of the search engine, whether it is Yahoo or Bing or Google. So let Google show you where do you stand, means in which link your name is appearing. So this is just an example of Martin Paul Eve. He's from University of London. So if you simply type his name in Google, you will get to know where he stands. Means it shows the different kinds of websites. It doesn't show you the Facebook page first. So what we learn from this? So the learning is this, that the presence of this particular professor who is in this University of London, it is giving very, very positive impact when somebody wants to check. Say, for example, he has applied for a scholarship. If the panel wants to check how he looks, means how he looks in the sense professionally, how he's competent and what kind of presence he has. And they can go to different sites, including general search engines, and they can check it. And friends, this is proven fact that many of the employers, including educational institutes, they do check those who are very, very you can say regular user of internet or internet resources, and definitely I'm sure that people tend to see that. So Martin Paul Eve's profile in different platforms and links to his publication, links to his academic networking sites, that gives a very, very positive impact when you are checking about him, right? So you will be seeing different platforms wherein he is sharing about himself or about his work very, very formally. And also he is sharing about his work very, very informally. And I'm not saying, friends, that you need to be present in all the platforms or on all the platforms. No, it's not necessary. You should be selecting such platforms which are really applicable to you and very, very useful for you. And again, I want to repeat that this presentation is meant for those who are doing really good in their profession, who are writing really well, who are doing research well, who teach really well. So in all these areas, TRP, teaching, research and publication. So how this platform can really help me. So you should not be that selfish to think about yourself. You should be little bit you can lenient and flexible to think about your institute as well, because if you are appreciated, definitely your institute will be appreciated because people want to know where you are working. And at the same time, you are also impacting, encouraging somebody. For example, if I read something from Martin Paul Eve's profile and I get influenced, and who is responsible for that? The responsible person is Martin Paul Eve, because he has portrayed his skills online. He has portrayed or shared his ideas online. I could understand something and I can involve or include or incorporate in my professional or personal life. So to connect to the point wherein I said that you need to check your name in Google, right? So there are different platforms wherein you can check your presence, means what is this web presence analyzers, means what they talk about your score, means what they talk about your performance as far as visibility of your own personality is concerned online. So here I have given you one link. You can even Google also that how to check your visibility online. So here I request all of you to use the chat box. I'll be asking a very simple question. This is a showroom, friends. This is Kia Motor Showroom. I think you may be owning a Kia car also. So my simple question is that why these people are showing these cars in a showroom like this? Means why we require showroom? Why Kia Motors is showing these cars in a showroom? Why there is no closed doors as far as selling these cars are concerned? Why they are showing these cars in a glassroom kind of a showroom, right? So you can open up a chat box and you can share your points. I just want to pick some 1 or 2 points to connect to this points, then we can proceed further. So you can use a chat box if you want to share something. Hope you can share using chat box. Hope it is enabled. Madam, could you please confirm whether the chat is enabled, or else I can move further? Can anybody confirm me, please? Am I audible?
Yes, sir, you are audible.
Yeah, madam. Madam, chat is enabled because I am going to ask few questions even when I start presentation. So can participant share their points or questions in the chat box? Is it possible? Or else I'll continue. I think I should continue.
Sir, chat option is already enabled for everybody.
Okay, fine. So friends, let me continue with this presentation only. In case if you have any questions, you can put your questions in the chat box. So I was asking a question that why this Kia Motors is showing off these cars in this glass room, means showroom. The only purpose is that it is just marketing as what it has, and it is also asking us to come and see. You can go for test drive, you can check the features, you can discuss with the executives, and then it translates into purchase, or you may plan to purchase in future, or you may have a very good awareness about that particular car or that automobile, right? So we'll be having awareness because why it is showing off, why it is displaying it, exhibiting it, because it is just want to create awareness about that particular vehicle, right? And this awareness helps us to consume it or use it, or because we take a decision that whether to go for it or not. So that is the reason to show what you have is a deliberate practice. It should be a deliberate practice and it should be inevitable and it should be self-effort. Means it requires self-effort because nowadays it is inevitable because you need to showcase or you need to share what you have. I'll just give a small example. In 2019, UGC announced that it is going to review all the awarded thesis of India. Means already awarded PhD thesis will be reviewed by UGC. I do not know what is the status after that. But one point is very, very clear that UGC or the regulatory bodies are very, very keen to know what you have published because you have received a credit or promotion by showing the publications, by showing your publication, and you have gained some score for that in CAS, in Career Advancement Scheme. So that is the reason in that way, maybe in future they may mandate that you need to share whatever you have or whatever you have claimed for score that you need to put online or put in any one of the platforms. So that may be mandated in future. So we do not know. So that is the reason this this is very, very inevitable because we can't escape from that. And also it is a self practice in the sense self motivated practice as to what to show and what not to show, right? So friends, if you see the corporate sector, how they are showcasing their product, because ultimately the corporate sector is meant for selling the products to make profit, right? Since I should not say anything because you all belong to, many of you are belong to commerce and accountancy and management. So that's not my field. But one thing is quite certain that without marketing, can any firm work? Because now marketing has become one of the important departments of any corporate or business firms now. Now, if you see Google itself, you can see the marketing heads or marketing senior vice president, or under her, there are many other positions and many other talented people who are working in the marketing field. Similarly, if you compare this to any other if you check with any other companies, you will find that they have got a very robust marketing team also. So if it's a small organization or mid-sized organization or a very internationally listed organizations, you will definitely find a marketing team. Now, if you see this particular slide wherein I just wanted to showcase that how important this marketing team is and what they are doing. Somebody is taking care of the social media, somebody's creating content, he is more concerned about that. Somebody is working on the product line as how to launch and how marketing has to be connected to that. Somebody is working on search engine optimization, somebody is working on website, how to make the content rich on the website, and also related to acquisition. So this is just an indication, just an example as how marketing is important in the corporate sector, because ultimately they are doing it for getting more number of consumer base, as well as by selling they need to get profit. So that is their intention. But when it comes to higher education, when it comes to education system, you can see how things are changing. Even many universities are talking about public engagement, right? They are also talking about research impact, research communication, how to communicate, how to share as much as possible about the research that is undertaken in the university campus or college. So this is just an example as University of Massachusetts is showcasing as how important this public engagement is. Let me give you some more examples. This is UCLA Libraries site. You can see some pages on different websites. If you check any reputed international university websites, you will find something or other connected or concerned with research visibility or research impact or research communication. So if you see these websites, I have given the links also, you can access them whenever you find time. So you will get an insight that how this visibility is important and why we have ignored all these years. Why did we not focus on this? Why did we not get any training on this? Why did we not spend some time to understand as what is this visibility? What logic is there to have our visibility? Is it necessary? Is it really required? So all these kind of questions you need to ask yourself as why it is important, right? But one thing is quite sure that when you access these international universities website, definitely you will get to know that what kind of importance they are giving to sharing the 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 findings of their researchers, their research community, sharing the results, sharing the achievements of the faculty members of that institute or the research scholars of that institute. And friends, I have also given you two links here. I request all of you to please check these and very, very interesting articles. What is this mediated visibility? Though I am not going to discuss about that, but I'm just sharing that you need to read this, though it is published in 2009, 2005, but this is a wonderful article. So I request you to please check this. So how this culture, this visibility culture is very, very positive in nature when it comes to impacting the society, when it comes to changing the society in our own way through our research work, right? And another article I have I request you to please read, that is published on MIT's website, that is values driven visibility and visibility driven values. So this is very, very interesting. So what I wanted to highlight from this particular side is that we need to understand that how the education institutes of very, very eminent universities are giving importance to research visibility and research communication. You can't stop there itself, means even you can see how the positions are changing in the university. So if you take this example, University of Auckland, wherein there is a research impact manager. Can you believe it? This kind of positions are already created, and these are not created in 2023. These are created long back. So because ultimately, if the universities do not talk about the achievement of the faculty, if the universities do not put efforts in sharing what is found, what are the results, what solution they have given, so then there is no visibility, there is no knowledge sharing, there is no betterment of the society. So when I say institute, means who is an institute? So institution is made up of the people who are working there. So it is all collective effort. It's not an individual's effort that only vice chancellor should lead, only the principal should lead. It is just a collective effort and everybody should join their hands to make this possible. If you are doing a wonderful project work, if you are sharing that research results after getting award or credit or whatever, so definitely you are showcasing your institute in a very, very positive way. If one person can do that, if all persons start doing it, then you just imagine what is the status, what will be the status of research, what will be the status of the knowledge base that is already there and what you are going to add up, what is the status of, what will be the status of the employer or the institute who has hired you or who is funding you, and also researcher, the person who is doing research and produce the information or the results, he also will get the credit. So the point I wanted to make here is that you can see how the positions are also created. So this is very, very important that education institutes are giving importance to research visibility. So you can see this also Brunel University London. So in this also, this lady, she is research outputs and visibility manager. You can see it means how these positions created and what is the purpose behind creating these. You can understand it very well. Now I'm going to discuss a different thing here. As I shared that even while recruiting also, people tend to see your profile. The people tend to see how you look like or what kind of activities, professional activities you have carried out, and what is the peer review, or what is the, you can say, how people have responded to you and what kind of connection you have, what kind of connection you have in your network. So that can be seen by accessing different platforms wherein your presence is there, right? So here I have given you two examples. If you see that people tend to see your profile online. So there are different statistics I'm not going to quote, but some websites are of the the universities, you can see using social media in pre-employment checks, right? The use of social media in recruitment and selection. So even in recruitment and selection, these social media platforms or general search engines are being used to check where you stand, right? Now, if you see this another page, okay, you will get to know that how people screen your content or screen or see you on different platforms. So this particular screen is, or this particular slide is very old. It is I think I have taken it in 2020. And if you see this I have taken maybe last week, right? So I could see why I've added both the slide old and new, because I could see a lot of changes are happening. I could see a lot of responses when I check online on Google, as per as recruiters checking the social media networks or academic networking sites. And that has gone up now, means that is rampant now. Many people are dependent on that. So friends, this online presence or online visibility has become a discipline now. It has become a new discipline of managing one's organization or personal brand or personality on the internet. You can see a lot of people using different terminologies or phrases or meaning to this particular concept, that is online presence or online visibility or research communication kind of thing. We are saying it as personal branding. So when it comes to personal branding, it could be related to an individual or institution, because you are branding your institute as well. So it is also about digital portfolio building. It's also about social selling, though I do not like this word social selling. It's not about selling, but you are just marketing yourself. You are just sharing what you are, right? So professional networking, online presence coaches. Nowadays, coaching is also there for online presence. Many people, they coach the big personalities as what you should speak in public and what kind of personality you need to maintain. Okay, when you are in a group, right? And what kind of statements you need to issue. So that is meant for the celebrities. But when it comes to the academic celebrities, and we also need coaching, we also need training, we also need some skill and upskills, right? So that we can upskill ourselves, right? And that's the reason this workshop is organized, in order to motivate you to be quite visible and showcase what you have. There are online presence analyzers also. These tools are available. Now, what is the reason why we want to have our presence online? So there is an increasing expectation that you may be found online. As I said, that the studies show that 90 to 93% of the people, they check your name, means whoever want to know about you, whoever want to know about the institution, they want to check the search engines first. So this is a very, very interesting development, I should say, because 90 to 93% means it is very, very high. And it is quite common. I think you have also checked, because when I see any invitation coming to me when the events are being organized in our university, I always tend to see if I want to attend that. If I wish to attend that, first of all, I want to see, means who is he, means what is his credentials, what are his achievements, what he is going to share. So I'll check only when I have certain questions in my mind. I really want to see that. So if I'm recruiting somebody, if I'm interviewing somebody, definitely I do see that. I'm not saying that all the people will do that, but it is quite certain that this trend is developing or growing like anything. And if you are online, in the sense, if your presence is felt online, in the sense your articles are accessible, your achievements are listed on your university's website or college website, it exposes your work, because people see that, yes, this person has done this, means it is exposing, because you are revealing something and it is exposing your work. And that is really positive in nature, because many people may contact you for XYZ reason, or they may use your work. So we'll be discussing about that later. So having your works online, it will really increases your visibility. It increases your visibility in the sense people will have a perception. They will develop a perception about you, that you are such a person, you have this kind of skills and you always talk about this, and you are not a controversial person. You do not issue any controversial statements. When you write, you really well. When you write, you collaborate with a lot of people. When you write for very big banner. So all these kind of perceptions will be created when you are works are exposed or your works are visible. And also it creates a perception, as I said, and it helps discoverability of your work, because ultimately we all want to achieve this only, that my paper should be read by many people, my video should be watched by as many people as possible. Whether you are going to earn money or that is different means, but you will definitely earn name when you start sharing something and when people start discovering that this is available online. This is available online. This is written by somebody who is from this institute, like that. And also, friends, it is going to increase your citations in case if you have published any papers and you have taken permission from the publisher and you are uploaded on your website or any other academic networking sites. Definitely it increases your citation because people are going to see that, people are going to read it, people are going to download that, and they start reading it and citing it. So please think that if your papers are cited, then there are more takers for that. There is a demand for that. And based on that, you can strategize. If you have written 10 papers and 2 papers are highly cited, then think that there is a demand for that. Then you can change the way you are working. Means in the sense you can strategize or you can schedule such kind of a plan which will definitely help you get more citations, because citations are very, very important. Because I am working in university, because I worked in college for 15 years. I was not that much aware of these citations, what are the importance of that. But in university, it counts a lot. When you apply for a lot of awards, especially the very, very distinguished and very, very reputed awards, and also if you go for NRF or ARIA or some kind of awards, the citations really count. Because here our vice chancellor is very, very active and he always asks me, what is the rate now? What is the H index of our institute now? So because that kind of interest or enthusiasm is there to find out how we are really progressing, right? So it also raises awareness about your scholarly endeavors. It also helps people know that what are your specialized areas, and it helps you know how your works are being used, because if there are many people who are downloading your paper, you will get to know that this of my paper has been downloaded by so many people. This paper has been widely discussed. This article or this video is viral now, or this blog article is well accessed and well shared, because you will understand that only when you start sharing that. So please remember that I ask you to be active in all three segments, that is teaching, research, and publication. So it also encourages peer feedback on work in progress, in the sense if you have shared your preprint article, I will be discussing about preprint article later. So at least it will give you a feedback as what you should do, because there could be some people who must be following you, and they may be connected with you, and after seeing your post or after seeing your paper or after seeing your comments on a particular thing, they may contact you and they may encourage you or they may guide you. We do not know what will happen, but definitely one thing is certain, that by sharing there are a lot of benefits. It also attracts potential employers and funding agency in case if you are switching over to, if you are planning to switch over to some other institutes, or if you are aiming high for getting good position, or if you are planning to join any university or a different organization or going abroad. So definitely please note that people are going to check your profile. People are going to check what you are. OK, so that really helps. And I have heard from many of our scientists here in our organization, in our university, who are doing wonderful project works from globally connected universities. So they always say that funding agencies are very, very alert now, means they are very, very thorough in checking the profiles, and based on your caliber and the expertise, they award you certain projects or funds. It also allows other researchers to further research, and this is very, very important. Why you should share online? Because it helps further research. And friends, ultimately the purpose of sharing is to further to support continuity of the research work, because we are not Brahma, means we can't create everything that is possible. It is very, very impossible to do everything. OK, you can be specialized, you can be a very perfect person in one segment, but there are people who are having expertise in different areas, wherein if they want to have expertise on the area that you have worked on, So definitely they can start work on that wherein you have left. So it also helps other people to continue with that the same problem or same methodology, or they can get influenced by the way you have conducted the research. So there are so many aspects, so many angles connected to this. Ultimately, why this presence and visibility is required? Because you need to be seen as a role model. Okay. Ultimately, we are writing something for getting citations. We are not writing simply to get credit, because at the end of the day, your article or your book will be going to different libraries, because libraries are showrooms kind of thing. They are inviting the people to get a reader base. They are inviting the people to read the research work. But unfortunately, what is happening is that 60%, the studies show that nearly 55 to 60% of the papers those are produced. I said 1.3 million papers we have produced in India in last 5 years. That is 2017 to 2022. So only 55% of the 55 to 60% of the papers are read. Rest of them are not read, and 60% of the papers are never cited, right? They are never cited only. So never cited means people must have accessed or not at all accessed, right? So this is the case. So if you are really bright and if your ideas are really bright, then definitely you are seen as a role model online. And also it helps for your professional development, right? So when you are showing yourself online, so then this really helps you for your professional development. Professional development in the sense you may get some invitations, you may get some recognition. All the time you may not get invitation, but when you meet some similar kind of the professionals, definitely they will recognize that, they will appreciate that you are doing really good. So this kind of attention, this kind of attraction, this kind of presence or recognition has to be there when you start. Now British Library that talks about 6 impact zones. So what exactly we are doing means what these researchers are doing, and what kind of impact is expected from the researchers when it comes to sharing knowledge or sharing research. So whatever you have shared in the form of PowerPoint presentation or a video or a lecture or a research paper especially, that should impact on 6 zones. They have broadly shared these impact zones. There are many impact zones, but it should impact the teaching and learning area, in the sense today you have attended this lecture. If something has moved, in the sense if you get some or other point and that has influenced you, definitely you are utilizing or using that particular skill in your teaching or learning purpose. So then my task is completed, means I'm really contented, because somebody is there who is utilizing the way I taught, utilizing the idea that I shared. And these are not my ideas, because when I am delivering lecture, I am also taking others' ideas. But only thing is that I'm sharing my own experience. I'm attaching my experience with that. So it should impact on practice. Practitioners should utilize your knowledge. It should also go to the public policy. Policymakers should adopt or accept or take note of your findings. Also, to reach this public policy level, it requires a lot of time and effort also. And also it should impact the economy. So it's very difficult. I'm not saying that directly impacting the economy by writing papers. I'm not saying that. Indirectly, somewhere it should make some changes, right? And also it should impact the society. And the very important point is that something has to be added in the existing stock of knowledge. So if you are doing something, then it should add some value to the existing stock of knowledge, whether it is accountancy, management, physical education, psychology, or any subject, economics or anything. So something has to be added through your research work. Now the big question is that who needs my presence? Okay, who needs my presence? Am I that important? Am I that great? So it's not about greatness, friends. It's about just sharing and caring, right? It's about what you have that you need to show. Because I said this world badly requires very, very good, decent people, very genuine people, right? So first of all, the readers require your research work. The researchers who are doing research in different organizations, they require your profile, they require your research works, they require your videos and audios wherein they get motivated or they get something out of. Institutes require this visibility. Institutes, because they are dependent on us. If you are working really well, institutes will get something or other. They will get credibility. Even peers, the experts, they also require you to be online in the sense, if the peers or the experts who are searching on web to find out the experts, to find out some papers, definitely they find out one or two pieces of yours and they find that, okay, this person is very emerging, very talented. This is a very interesting article. This idea is completely new because I was not knowing about it. So even the experts are also looking for such people who are really talented and sharing something. And it also helps the potential employer, means who needs your visibility. I'm just talking about that. Potential employers also require, because you have applied for some positions and employers want to see before you send your application or after sending application, they also want to cross check you, how you, what are your credentials, right? Funding agencies, they also require this. And whether you believe it or not, it is quite certain that many of the funding agencies, many of the potential employers, they keep on checking their profiles, right? And if those organizations are very genuine in nature, right? So profession also badly require your visibility, because the profession will go ahead, or profession will grow like a very big profession or respectable profession only when you start sharing or you add something, some value to that. And libraries also badly require this, because library staff or the librarians, they are asked a lot of questions by the research community and teaching community, and we need to help them getting information. And if you do not put information, if you do not produce anything, how librarians can help? How librarians can help the users? And ultimately, who needs this visibility? You yourself require this visibility, because we all are human beings and we always feel that we should be appreciated. We should be appreciated by as many people as possible, because somewhere we have that feeling. If somebody appreciates, we feel so elated, so encouraged, right? Now, friends, coming to what things are required to get our visibility proper in a proper position, means how we can have our strong online presence. So that we are going to discuss now. So to have a very strong online visibility, you need to have four things, friends. This is very important. What four things you need to have? So you need to have these four things. One is familiarity about the tools, the platforms, the platforms or the tools that you are going to use to portray your research work. So you need to be familiar about that. So we'll be seeing that what is that familiarity and other things. You need to participate really well, because please remember that we are living in such age wherein social networking site is a gift economy. If you start liking some photographs or some ideas, those are shared on academic social networking sites or general social networking sites, people also start liking you. If you do not like, you simply share, nobody will do that, because it is just a give and take kind of thing. But to be serious, you need to like or you need to follow such kind of pages or such kind of people who are really productive, who have very genuine interest in sharing and caring. And please also remember that it is certainly a gift economy when you start interacting with them, when you start appreciating others. You are consuming information of others, but you are not praising them, you are not appreciating them, you are not showing that gesture to acknowledge or to show how important their research work is. A good, a simple, a short message of excellent article, learned a lot. If you simply write this also, that will really boost up somebody, that will really encourage somebody. And even if somebody appreciates our paper or our posting online, definitely we feel inspired, right? So four things are very much important to have the strong online presence. The third one is consistency. You need to be very consistent. I have seen, means in the workshops or in the training programs, I usually ask that how many of you have this LinkedIn or ResearchGate account. So many say that I have got my account. But if I ask them a next question, how frequently you are on LinkedIn or ResearchGate? So they say that I have created account, but after that I did not look back. So that is not going to work. That doesn't work, because consistency is very important, because the more you are on these platforms, the more you are visible on these platforms. I'm not saying that you should spend at least 1 hour every day. I'm not saying that. Even if you spend at least 30 minutes per week on this academic social networking site, I'm not talking about Facebook or Instagram, right? So you can use these platforms also for your professional work. That is altogether a different subject, but there should be a consistency. And also you need to have your presence in multiple platforms. Don't think that you can, if you are on LinkedIn, then you are on the world, means you are on moon. It's not like that. You need to use different platforms strategically. I'm not saying that you should be present on at least 10 platforms. No, for me, 3 or 4 platforms are very essential and useful, and that is enough, I think, because if you are on LinkedIn and if you are on ResearchGate and if you are on ORCID, I'll be sharing some other platforms. So I think this is enough, and I'll be sharing some platforms wherein that presence also counts a lot. So friends, it is a 360-degree approach, I should say, and it should be deliberate. It should be inevitable, because it is inevitable now, because you have talent and you want to show, you want to share, but you are not doing that. So it is inevitable to share now, and it requires efforts from your side. You should have that interest, because we all are, many of us are very hesitant to share or talk about our achievements. I appreciate that nature, but the thing is that there are some takers for your knowledge or your expertise or your ideas. So they will be highly benefited when you start sharing something. So in the first part of this presentation, we saw some general aspects about visibility. We also saw why it is important to have visibility, what are the benefits of that, and how we should do it. So that we are going to discuss now. In the second part of this presentation, I'm going to discuss more about how we can go for it, how we can utilize certain strategies or devise certain strategies, how we can use certain tools and techniques to have a very strong online presence. Now, friends, if you can observe this particular email that I sent to one of the very senior friend. Okay, so I just want to share the story behind this. Okay, so this mail I sent on 30th of August. Okay, so the point here I want to make is that your online presence journey of online presence will start from your email only, in the sense when you put your signature, you need to put sufficient links, the relevant links. For example, this is my name, and here I have given the link of my personal website. This is my university's website. This is my library's website. And also, if you observe this, that I take interviews of some experts, internationally renowned experts. So I have my own platform that is Open Interview. I'll be talking about that later. So recently I conducted interviews of the Chayo Taya Maina of African Digital Heritage, and also I conducted interview of R. David Lankes, so of University of Texas. So now what is the story? Why I'm showing you this here? First of all, we need to understand that the journey of research visibility or online visibility should start from your signature, email signature. So here, in short, I have just added my new updates, new initiatives, new activity, right? When I sent, she wanted some papers. She has completed her PhD from Texas University only, right? She has completed her research from Texas University only, and she wanted some articles, and she is in Delhi. So she contacted and she asked me, can you please help me get these articles? So I sent these articles. The moment she saw this, the moment she saw this, that I completed this interview with this Dr. R. David Lankes, she wrote me a very big mail. She asked me a query that, Santosh, since you have got a very good contact with University of Texas, I completed my PhD long back. Now I am going for a project work, and especially I'm targeting University of Texas. So can you please help me through your contact? Can I get any contacts there? So this is the story that I wanted to tell you, because friends, when I shared this mail, when this link was sent to her, because this is going by default to everybody whomsoever I send mail, and she could share her story and she could request me that Please help me get some contacts from University of Texas because I wanted some project work. So this really helped me a lot. At least that person came to know that I have certain connection with University of Texas, and this is how the collaboration starts. This is how networking starts. A small step, a small step. What I have done is I have added that link in this. Let me show you that link here. Because the person who sees that, he understands that, okay, you have done a wonderful work. You have interviewed a person who is from University of Texas, maybe a very internationally renowned expert, and you have interviewed him. So these are the questions I asked, right? So after reading this, she started praising that this is a wonderful interview, and also you have got very good rapport with these experts. So why can't you help me? So coming to the point, friends, the first point is that your research journey or visibility journey should start from your signature, email signature only. So wherein you can add your website's link, your institute's link, your latest publication also. Let me give you another example. So this is one of the senior professors of our political science department in our university. So he's a senior professor. I think 3 months every year he is in either Germany or in UK conducting some research work. So he is that busy guy. So even in his mails also, when he signs off in his email, when he writes email, by default he adds all these links, recent articles, recent project works kind of thing. So friends, this is highly impactful and you can follow that. So what we are discussing here is that we should start our research visibility journey from very small step, because I can understand that there could be some very senior most professors in this particular audience group. There could be some professors who have just started their career. So we all can understand as where we can fit in, where we can understand this, where we can start and what we can start. There may be some participants who have already employed this kind of skills or this kind of techniques, and they are getting benefits also. So I am covering all elementary to advanced thing that I have experimented at my own individual level, and that I'm going to share, and I'm sharing that. And also the second important point is that you need to be very particular about your profile. Means how your profile should look like. It should be very formal in nature. And also I always share that and discuss with our researchers also, with our colleagues also, that we should keep curriculum vitae or CV or resume or brief biodata or very shorter biodata. Means we need to have all these 4 things ready. We need to keep on updating our CV, and also we need to update our resume, update our biodata or short biodata or brief biosketch. I think you have heard in the programs that the person who is introducing you, he say introducing the expert, he says that his CV is running into 15 pages and it is very difficult to introduce this personality because he's a very big personality. No, we should not. Those are the old days now. When somebody asks you for introductory words, means if they want to introduce you, please share just 8 to 10 lines. That is enough for introduction. So I have seen when somebody introduces a very big personality, they do not need any introduction. If you simply say that he is CEO or he is a principal, he is vice chancellor of this university, that's enough, because they are that powerful people, right? So the point I want to make here is that you need to have a very decent profile. Unfortunately, we do not give importance to creating a very attractive profile, whether it is a very short profile or a very exhaustive profile. And also you need to add some links or all the important links that you have, maybe your personal website or your institute's website, or you can give links to LinkedIn profile or SlideShare or ResearchGate, wherever applicable, right? Wherever applicable that you can do. The third thing that you need to do is that please check whether any of your papers are uploaded on your website or not, or your official website, your college website or university website. What kind of presence you have on your own website, on your own college or university website, whether your name is appearing in the faculty list, whether your photograph is there or not, whether your brief profile is there or not, whether there is a link connecting to your website is there or not, whether the list of publications of yours is listed on your institute's website or not. And please remember that, friends, having your presence on institution website is very, very important. If it is not there, please talk to your web manager or talk to your principal or the vice chancellor or concerned authorities to get your profile online on your website, on your institutional website. So you can just simply add your brief profile. You can give a link to the PDF file of your profile. You can also give a link to your website, but at least you should have the position, the name, and your work experience and area of specialization. That is very, very important, because please remember that if the institution is showcasing your name with your profile, then it is quite certain that you belong to that institute, because there are people who are cross-checking whether you belong to that institute or not. And the fifth thing that you can do is that these are a very small step. I think you know about all these things, but we are not paid much attention to this, right? Another thing that you can do is that whatever is in your hand that you can attend first, in the sense you have Gmail account, you may be having your G Suite account in your institute. Please create your Google Scholar profile. This is very, very important, and it doesn't require much time. You can create your Google Scholar profile. So why we should create this? The reason is that if somebody is checking any articles or any papers on the area that is your area of specialization, or you have published any papers on that, that user may get a link of your Google Scholar profile or link of your publication. So that really helps, and it really helps somebody to know what you have produced. This is a profile of my colleague, a very good friend of mine, Dr. Amit Kumar. He's from chemistry department in our university. He completed his postdoc in South Korea. So this is his profile. This is old slide, but wanted to highlight the point that your visibility starts from these small steps, right? Nobody has stopped you to create your profile. No authority will stop you to have your profile on Google Scholar. So these are all in your hand, and you can do that. You can also have, the sixth point is, you can also have your presence on institutional website or institutional repository. So repository is completely different, friends. I think your institute must be having your repository, institutional repository. Institutional repository is nothing but a repository or a data bank wherein institutional and faculty publications are uploaded, right from your annual report, magazines, patents, research papers published in open access journal, because in our university we do not upload such papers which are published in subscribed journals or paid journals. We upload those papers which are published in open access journals. So let me show you what is this institutional repository, then we can discuss further. So this is our institutional website, institutional repository. This is being managed by our library. So here what all we have added acts concerning Central Universities Act, or all acts concerning our university. We have added all annual reports here, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Why it is important? So the point I want to make here is that in case if your name is appearing in the university's annual report, so then people can get to know that what kind of activities you have done. So this gives some history, right? You can see we have added all annual audited accounts here. So these are all institutional publications, friends. Blog articles, book chapters, conference proceedings, convocation, dissertations. So we have added 133 dissertation, edited books, information bulletins, invited lectures. So in some groups, the count is very, very less. I admit that. Still, we are working on that. But we are working on these areas, thesis and dissertations and research papers. So we have added 231 open access articles which are published by our researchers, right? So this is the professor who has published 30 papers in open access journals, right? So what we understand from this is that our presence should not be there on only the institutional website, but it should also be there on institutional repository. And if you want to know more about this institutional repository, or if you want to develop institutional repository in your institute, you can talk to your principal, or you can talk to your higher authorities, and also talk to the web manager or ICT section to develop this. And we are not paid anything. It is completely free of cost. You can download DSpace software from MIT. So this is MIT's software. It is open source software, and you can start feeding the data in this. You can start adding the data. Now, seventh point or seventh approach that you can do is that you can go for HARYANA, that is Indian Research Information Network System. So to get access to this, it is completely free of cost to showcase your research profile. So it is completely free of cost. To avail this service, you need to contact InfluNet Information Library Network. So this is managed by our library here. So this is our Central Libraries initiative. So what is the importance of this faculty profiles? Faculty profiles showcase what you are doing to the world. So this is the importance of that. So we started from the website, university's website. We then discussed about institutional repository. Then we are discussing about this faculty profile. So this is a wonderful platform that is created by InfluNet. And I don't know whether they are giving access to this to the colleges, but universities certainly they are giving it free of cost. So they give this template and access details. So we need to add the data in the sense. If I connected the Google Scholar profile and Google Scholar profile and Scopus ID in this particular website, if I link that, definitely this particular website or platform start collecting all the data that is related to my researchers or faculty. So I'll just give an example of this. Dr. Rakesh Kumar, he's one of the very productive teachers of our university. He's from physics department. So his papers you can see here. So what kind of collaboration he has? He has got collaboration with more than 735 co-authors or authors you can see. I think it is loading a little bit slow, but you can see here. You can see his 417 publications. Some are available in open access domain, some are available in closed access, closed domain, right? So this is the way this profile really helps people to know as what are your credentials, what are your achievements kind of thing, right? So I request all of you to please check whether this can be accessed for your college or not, whether this can be set for your college or not. You need to talk to InfluNet center. So it generates your H-index also. It gives you details as what is the citations. And also you can see these are the profile IDs of this particular researcher, this particular faculty. So the moment we add his profile IDs with this particular website or the portal, it starts collecting data from different platforms. In the sense, it collects from ORCID, Scopus, Researcher ID, and Google Scholar ID. So friends, this is about the HARYANA. So let us move further. So this is our Vice Chancellor's profile. Now, seventh or eighth thing that you can do is you can become a member of a very serious discussion group. We call it as a bulletin board or email forum or discussion forum. So you need to be a member of such forum wherein a serious interaction is going on. I do not like those groups on WhatsApp wherein you tend to read some general information or general data or general messages. So that doesn't help you a lot. But please find out there are some email groups. You can subscribe to that. Every profession has got some very, very valued or very respected, very prestigious email forums. So please find out which is that email forum wherein very decent and very talented and senior most people have joined, and they are sharing or caring or they are questioning different things and also updating what is happening in the profession. So as far as my profession is concerned, information science, we have LIS forum from Indian Institute of Science. So that is one of the best email forums wherein whatever you share, people get to know about it, and you will be immediately recognized if you have done wonderful work. Say, for example, I conduct a lot of interviews with experts, so I keep on sharing them. So some experts, they really appreciate, and they say that we really wait for such kind of interviews. So that gives you a very, very moral support, and it also encourages you to do such kind of things more frequently. So the point here is that you need to be a member of such serious email groups wherein a real sharing and real sharing of knowledge is taking place. And another aspect, another approach for creating a strong visibility is having your personal website. So to create your personal website, it doesn't require technical knowledge. Even you can discuss with your students and students can help you out. So nowadays codings are not required because there is a site called weebly.com. There is a site called wixsite.com. Even you can go to Google site. You can create your site free of cost, and it is very, very easy to do that. In case if you do not understand, you can just go to YouTube and you can watch some videos and you can learn, and then you can start your website. So this is personal website of Dr. Raghunath Mashelkar, one of the very you can say popular scientist. So these sites should be very, very decent. I gave his example because you can see means how these personal sites are created. This is my personal website. So what I wanted to showcase here, because I want to showcase through this particular image that I'm more interested in teaching. Okay, my area of interest is training. Okay, so this one picture, this indicates it's not about boasting about yourself, but you need to have that strategy as what you want to portray to the world, what you want to communicate indirectly or directly. So this personal website has got all the things those are really required for getting attention. In the sense, it should not be deliberate, but yes, it should be somewhat deliberate in the sense you need to be visible as what you are and what you are doing. So that is very, very important. You can add the details of what kind of research work you are doing, what kind of presentations you are presenting before the audience or before the academic community, what kind of invited talks you have delivered, what kind of professional activities you are involved in, who are your mentors, who are really supporting your work. So what are the testimonials, right? Where did you complete your master's, whether you got any gold medal or recognition, whatever awards or whatever. So all these things can be portrayed here. So when you create your website, please make it a point that whether it is portrayed properly or not, in the sense whether it really looks good on PC, laptop, mobile, or small mobile, even tab. So you need to see that how look and feel is there. So because that really helps to impress. In the sense, impress is a bad word, I should say, because you need to be very, very decent in this particular screen, whether somebody is seeing your profile or the website on desktop or tab, but it should be well tested. It should look properly, right? Again, many of us, we make a mistake here that we do not put our latest or recent, and that too very, very formal photograph on our profile, whether it is a website, personal website, or it is universities or college website, or any academic social networking site. So please remember that even there are many studies that if somebody has put a very formal and decent profile, there are more chances that they really trust that profile. They really connect with that profile, because we talk about body language. So this is another kind of a body language wherein people feel connected with that. So you should have such kind of photographs. And as I said that you need not be present on different kinds of platforms, but at least you need to be present on 2 or 3 very, very widely used popular platforms. Especially I personally feel that this is my personal experience, that I have got a lot of benefit from ResearchGate. I got a lot of benefit from Google Scholar. I got a lot of benefit from LinkedIn, especially LinkedIn, that really helped me a lot, because I got a lot of connection. Because the moment you start sharing your activities on LinkedIn as well as on Facebook, because in LinkedIn I am more active and I'm sharing all professional related content and achievements and accomplishments, right? And sometimes I do not share something which really, though it is important, but not that necessary to share online. So you need to have that kind of informal or formal planning or strategy. So friends, I again request you that please take it very seriously to be on these kind of platforms, and that's really good. And I request all of you to please check my profile on LinkedIn. You can see the profile on LinkedIn. You can type in my surname or you can type in my name. You will get my profile. You just see what are these activities. Okay, what are Santosh's activities, means how frequently he is active. I'm not saying that you should see my profile only. You should see those profiles who are active. who are putting some or other content every week. And friends, please note that it doesn't take just 10 or 15 minutes. More than it doesn't take more than 10 to 15 minutes. It just takes 10 to 15 minutes to just put some post, because we spend a lot of time on Facebook and WhatsApp, spending a lot of time on browsing, scrolling unnecessarily. Okay, so why can't you spend that same amount of time, not even 1 hour or 2 hours, but just 15 minutes or 20 minutes every week to post what kind of activities you are conducting. Say, for example, you attended a particular lecture, you got something. So you share what are you learning. You got an award, you got a recognition, you got a letter of appreciation, you got a patent in your name, you published a paper, right? So a lot of things to share. So you need to be very, very mindful as what to share and what not to share. Now, this slide particularly indicates that how important it is to have a very good, strong networking and collaboration aspect. I know there are many people who are very, very introvert, including me. So when you are introvert, so what kind of strategy will help for you? When you are extrovert, what kind of strategy will really help you a lot? Okay, so when I say networking, it doesn't mean that you should go out and you should scream about yourself. It's not about that. So networking in the sense, there are very, very low paced, very, very, you can say steadily you can start networking. First of all, you be on LinkedIn, start connecting with the right people, send them request. If you have any questions, please send them a message, ask their advice. So this way you are creating a network. Whereas collaboration is completely different. Collaboration means what? You are collaborating with the new or the old people who know you, right? You are networking first, you are preparing a base, then you are collaborating in the sense either you are taking them as a mentor, you are taking them as a guide, or you are taking them as a co-author in your paper or principal author in your paper. So this collaboration and networking is very, very important, and please remember that there is a possibility of institutional collaboration and external collaboration also. Institutional collaboration is possible. Say, for example, anybody who is interested in your research work, who also wants to join in, or who also wants to mentor you or guide you or review your paper in different way. You can use this expertise or help of people, help of students when it comes to institution or external world. And also, friends, when you are on ResearchGate, please note that how ResearchGate really works. So that is the reason I told you that you need to be very, very familiar with what kind of tools you need to use. What are the features of these tools? So when you are on ResearchGate, you can create your profile, you can share your works online, but please remember that you need to take permission from the publisher if they have the copyright of your paper with them. So without their permission, don't upload. And in case if you have published your paper in open access journal, please do share on ResearchGate as well. And also there are many people who are asking questions on ResearchGate. You can answer their queries. And also, so this helps people know that what kind of expert you are. And also you can follow some good people on this particular platform who are doing really well. And also you can update what is happening in your personal professional world, right? So this is one example that I wanted to share here, that how people are asking and who are asking these questions. There are some people who are from universities and they are belonging to your own field. They may be asking, or some generic people, they are also asking. But please remember that in ResearchGate, majority of them are belonging to research and academic organization, research and this higher education organization. So what are the opportunities here? The opportunity is that either you can ask question and let somebody answer you. And then while this question and answering work, you can have tie-up, you can connect with them, you can personally contact them. And this helps you have a very, very strong network, and also you can collaborate with them in future. Say, for example, you have answered a particular question which is asked by a person from Cambridge University, or a person from Delhi University, a person from Bangalore University. If you are answered, if they find it very, very right answer, so they may also connect with you. And this is one way you can start your networking or collaboration journey. So again, when it comes to LinkedIn, I strongly recommend that you should go for LinkedIn. You can create your account here. So you can search different profiles here. You can share about your skills here. You can get endorsements. You can subscribe to some groups. Some LinkedIn groups are also there wherein you can get to see what is happening in your profession. You can build your resume, and also you can export all your connections. You can start use that list for any of your academic purpose. And also friends, if you have prepared slides, if you have prepared presentation and you have delivered lectures in different organizations, online or offline, so start sharing them on web. Okay, I'm not sharing that you should share only it on SlideShare. You can share it on different platforms, and that will really helps others to get to know. So another strategy or techniques, or you can say it's a strategy to have your web presence online. What you can do, you can't do when it comes to third-party website. Okay, so how third-party website will really add some value to your own profile. Let me give you an example. I have taken already, I've taken your permission that I will be sharing my own examples. In 2013, October 2013, I delivered one lecture in JNU, Jawaharlal Nehru University, Delhi. So they have uploaded this particular details, the talk, the title of the talk, and who has presented it, and what is this topic all about, and about the speaker. So they uploaded my profile, including all these details on their website, and this website is still showing my name in that. So third party website will really help you a lot, because the person who is seeing your name online, he get to know that, oh, this person has delivered lecture 10 years back in JNU, right? So this gives some positive impact or positive, you can say, impression about your personality. So having your presence in third website or third party site is very, very important. But you can't force them. You can't force them to put your name on their website. You can't do that. Even you can't request also. So don't do that. When you are invited to any university, so you deliver your lecture. After 1 month or 1 week or 1 month or 2 months, you just simply check on Google or on their website whether something has been added about you or not. So that you should not be hesitant to check that. Okay, it's good because you can share that link online, right? You can share that link online. Now here is an example, again, third party website. I interviewed Peter Suber of Harvard University. He's very, very renowned person when it comes to open access publications. Very stalwart, very popular name in the information science or information world or publication world. So I interviewed him in 2019, and he shared the interview document on Harvard University website. So this gave a lot of respect to me also in my organization. Why it gave respect? Because here is an interview transcript which is uploaded by the very, very popular personality or the academician on Harvard University website. So this is how this kind of things really help you out when your name is appearing on the third party site. And again, please remember that you can't force other person to put your profile or your achievement or your you can say activity on their site. But if it is put there, then please feel that it is a blessing for you, means in the sense it is an encouraging point for you, right? So this is another site I wanted to show, because the only purpose behind showing you that I have been highly benefited by these things. Okay, so these are not in my control to put my name in the third party website, but these people have put. I wrote 3 articles on London School of Economics blog, right? And one of the articles which was published in 2019, that became top 10 articles, one among the top 10 articles of 2019. So this again in turn gave me a lot of respect in my organization. So that is how this third party sites will really help you out. And when I was talking about ResearchGate, ResearchGate is helping us get to know that who is reading our paper, how many people are reading, from where they are reading. So this statistics also helps us to know as how I am performing really well. Okay, so now so far we discussed about these platforms and how effectively we utilize, and I'll be sharing some other platforms also. But before that, we should also discuss about publication, because this workshop is meant for a research aspect, right? So we need to publish with very, very reputed journals. Is it true or false? First of all, please note down that we need to publish with the reputed journals, not highly impact factored journals, because we fail in publishing with high impact factor journal because it takes a lot of time to publish, because if you take an example of Nature only, Nature only has revealed this fact that if they receive 1,000 articles, they publish only 90 articles. If they receive 1,000 articles, they publish only 90 articles. The rejection ratio is almost 90%. So I'm not saying that you should not aim for high. Okay, so you should not aim high. But the thing is that if you aim for these kind of highly scholarly and highly reputed journals, they take a lot of time. So in order to tap these kind of journals, you need to be very, very productive in the sense you need to write at least 2 or 3 papers in a year simultaneously, and you should send 1 or 2 papers to highly reputed journals so that you can have multiple options, because anyway you are writing some papers for not that impact factor journals, but those are all recognized. So one thing we need to remember that we need to publish with such journals which are reputed, authentic, relevant, and reliable and indexed journals. And also you can aim for these kind of highly cited or highly impact factor journals. Now, as far as strategy is concerned, as far as visibility is concerned, please try to write for open access journals. So there are a lot of advantages. I am not going to read one by one, but the point I want to make here is that there are a lot of advantages when it comes to publishing in open access journals, because there will be quick visibility. People start accessing your paper, people start downloading it, people start citing it, and also they start using the knowledge that you have shared. So there are a lot of advantages as far as open access is concerned. The only catch here is that they may ask you some APC, article processing charges. So that is an issue. But if you aim for such kind of journals which are asking you less amount, or they are not asking you very hefty amount, and also those are recognized journals, so then you can tap such kind of journals. And please remember that there are many open access journals being published by academic or society publication. Many academic institutes are publishing. So please try to locate such kind of journals which are open access journals, which really help you out. And also friends, these Creative Commons licenses are very, very important. As you know about copyright, I'm not discussing about what are the importance of Creative Commons, but one thing is quite certain that if you use Creative Commons license, you are showing or you are indicating that your work is open. Anybody can download, share, depending upon what kind of license you have used. I request all of you to please check this particular slide or go to Creative Commons license as how we can use it. You can use Creative Commons license or the logo for your PPT, for your article that is being published in magazine or in any other journal. But when it comes to journal, if you are approaching any open access journal, they are already using certain open access licenses, so you need not use there. But if you have your blog, you can put this logo. If you are developing any policy, you can put this logo saying that, indicating that your work is open access. Anybody can download or you can share depending upon the license that you have used. And also please collaborate with some very talented senior or junior or whoever who has got some knowledge in your area as a co-author or as a principal author. So this report says that the H-index paradox, your co-authors have a higher H-index than you do, because co-authors' work is limited, although they are sharing their knowledge in certain segments of a paper. But if you are co-author in 1 or 2 papers, so that will really help you out. So another important thing that I want to discuss here is that preprint archive. I think you may be knowing what is preprint. Preprint is nothing but manuscript. For example, I have written an article and no value addition has gone into it. No editor has edited it. No reviewer has reviewed it yet. So this is just in manuscript status. So that manuscript can be uploaded on preprint archive. There are different preprint archives are available in different subjects. Say for example, in social science and humanity, we have social science research network. Okay, so that is very, very famous. In economics, we have research papers in economics, that is REPEC. Okay, so similarly in different subjects, we have different preprint archives. So what are the importance of preprint archive? Your manuscript can be uploaded on these archives, though that paper is not published. So you may be having question that how can I upload my paper which is not yet published? So I am sharing or revealing my findings. So friends, it's not about that. It's about sharing. So during the COVID time, many people started sharing their research on COVID or vaccine on many preprint archives. Because of that, people started using that kind of knowledge and started developing the medicines, right? So here I strongly recommend you to check this f1000research.com. So wherein you can see what is this open review, right? So I'll show you this. I'll simply type in management here. So keyword. So here many preprint papers can be read and you can cite also, right? You can cite also. Madam, Alpa madam, could you please let me know when should I stop, because it is 4:25 now. So please let me know accordingly. I can adjust or I can.
Yeah, sir, actually 4 to 4:30 is the question answer round. But
Right.
if you have something to share, you can continue, sir.
Okay, ma'am. Okay, fine. Thank you. So friends, this is a website that is F1000 Research, wherein you can see preprint. These are not published paper. These are just shared here to get the feedback, peer feedback. And who can give feedback? So usually this F1000 asks before uploading the paper, it asks who should review your paper. So those people will come to this platform and they will review. And as far as commenting is concerned, anybody can comment. Let us see this paper first, and then we'll start continue with that presentation. So you can see here, this is a full text paper. Full text paper, you can cite it, and please note that American Psychological Association style guide or any style guide that gives a citation solution for citing the preprint papers also. So you can see, read the review here. What is they reviewed? So they have approved it. It is good. So based on this approval or based on the comments, this author goes back to the same paper and he or she edits it, and then she or he sends it to the publication. And even Scopus is also adding so many preprint papers in their database. Scopus is also recognizing it. So far in since 2021, Scopus has indexed more than 1.23 million preprint papers in that. So let us see some other comments also. You can see here. In this, it is not approved, friends. You can see here this remarks given by the reviewers. For example, let me show you another paper here. This question mark indicates that it is not approved. Let us see. Yeah. So here are the approved with reservation. So here some reservations are there. What are the reservations? They have given the points. So free of cost, you are going to get the review. Free of cost, you are going to get the expert comments from the experts. And also you can see this analytics. How many people have seen this paper and how many have downloaded this, right? So this will really encourage you that how your paper is important for the rest of the world, means, right? So also when you write your paper, you can communicate it in a different way in order to get citations, also in order to share the knowledge that you have shared in a technical paper, because technical paper can't be understood by everybody. So here is an example, London School of Economics blog. London School of Economics has got 42 blogs on different subjects related to politics, economics, business studies kind of thing. So here I published 3 papers. So I just wanted to show you how these papers look like. You can go to this link and you can read those papers. So these papers are having just, these articles are having just 1,000 words, less than 1,000 words. So what I wanted to highlight here is that you need to communicate your research in blog article way also. In the form of blog article also you can communicate. You can read out a paper in a very, very common or very, very layman language. You can create your video file or you can create an audio file and you can discuss about the findings of that paper. As our researchers in our university, whenever they publish, they present their paper in front of the research scholars and in front of the faculty members of the department. So please remember that you need to communicate your research work in a very, very informal, or you can say very, very understandable language in the form of blog articles or any other forms. So if you read this London School of Economics impact blog, if you see the author guidelines, they clearly write that they allow you to convert your paper in the form of blog article. Say, for example, you have completed your PhD and you have thesis with you. You can write 10 articles, different blog articles on that, but we do not experiment that. So we need to start working on that. That really helps to communicate our ideas to the wider user base, and also we'll get recognition in the sense we'll get the users to read our papers or consult our thesis or dissertation. And please give importance to the blogs also, and also you can follow or comment on different blogs. There are very, very decent and very, very popular blogs as well as PhD students are concerned, educators are concerned, different blogs are there. You need to identify which blog will really help you a lot. So this is Genedo is another platform wherein you can upload your paper if you have taken permission from the publisher. So I have been highly benefited by this platform also, because since I need to share my own experiences, so I'm sharing my experiences. So Genedo is nothing but it is giving DOI for your digital object identifier for your work. See, for example, I will search for my name here. I'll show you means how I have been benefited here. My surname is a little tricky. Let me check this. Yes. You can see here. Yes, I made a mistake. I wanted to share that this one particular interview that I conducted with Jeffrey Bale. This is posted by Germany's blog, that is Elephant in the Lab. So you can see this analytics here. 94 people have seen this and 51 people have downloaded my document here. This I have not uploaded. This has been uploaded by this Elephant in the Lab blog, and they are uploaded. And I got, this is the statistics, means 51 people have downloaded this. The benefit is that people in your field, they are knowing you by your work, means there is a demand for your work. And another important blog that I created in 2019 for my interviewing the experts. This is open interview blog. You can go to that. I need not show that because we are running out of time. So you can explore this. I have added link in almost every slide wherever necessary, right? And also, friends, involve yourself in free consultancy or open consultancy, whoever requires your expertise or knowledge, because please remember that the more you share, the more you get. So that is the fundamental thing. So during COVID, all the libraries and the research centers were closed and the universities were closed. So we librarians, around 30 to 40 librarians, we came together and we launched this very, very humble and very, very modest website using this Google site. And here in what we did, we started sharing this link to many research scholars and academicians. If they have any questions related to plagiarism, copyright, or anything that is related to library, they can write a mail to us. So we shared our email ID and we started helping them solving their queries during COVID period. So why I'm showing you this, because you need to find out some opportunities wherein you can showcase your talent. It should not be that deliberate, but at least if you have that concern and interest to share, definitely your work will be recognized, and your nature, or you can say your intention, will be understood by the people who are using or consuming your products. And here, these are just indicative links or indicative slides. I wanted to focus on this point that you need to be involved in some projects. Those are supported by government, whether it is state government or district administration or state government or national level government agencies or central government or whatever. Find out some projects wherein you can involve yourself in sharing your knowledge in the form of a research paper or consultancy or whatever. So you can work in that way. And also you can create content in different formats and you can put online. OK, so nobody has stopped you. Nobody will stop you, because this is your own world. You can read a paper and you can prepare a PPT and you can upload. You can acknowledge the authors, or you can convert your own paper in PPT and you can upload. You can create some pamphlets or brochures, informative brochures. So that will really help people to understand what you are doing, right? And you can also create the list of useful links. For example, if you want to create a list of useful links in the area of your interest, say for example, corporate social responsibility, you can create a list of useful links and you can upload online. And also I strongly recommend all of you to please create your account in ORCID. OK, this is very, very important platform wherein you can create your account, and that link can be, your ID can be linked with Web of Science or Scopus author identifier also. And please remember that all three IDs are very, very useful for you when it comes to IRINS site that I showed you. wherein faculty profiles can be uploaded. And also follow or subscribe to such channels which really help you a lot in helping you to upgrade your skill or knowledge. So here are some examples that I've given. And if you are very good at speaking, or you are a very good speaker, then please try to knock the door of All India Radio within your own vicinity, and you can find out some opportunity for you. You can also create podcasts, okay? That is possible. If you are good at painting or photography, please do share them online, because that helps people know that you are also good at painting or photography kind of thing. And also you need to pay attention to the analytics as how people are consuming your product, okay? How many are downloading, how many are, but you should not be over obsessive about the content, because sometimes it happens that we share our photograph or whatever online on Facebook. We start waiting for seeing those likes. If there are more likes, we feel happy. If there are no likes, then we feel upset. Okay, so this is a human tendency. But when it comes to professional approach or professional or formal approach, you need to be very particular about checking as who is checking or who is downloading or how many people are seeing your profile or whatever. So here are the analytics. You need to give a lot of importance to the analytics. Here I have shared 2 PPTs online, so I can see how many people have seen them and how many have downloaded that. So that really helps. So friends, I request you to please read this article, 10 tips for tweeting research, and that is published in a very reputed journal, right? So the first point they say is that don't be afraid to promote your own work, and we should not be hesitant to share that. And also please give referrals. Say for example, if you are not good at a few things, or if somebody is approaching you asking for your guidance, so please give referrals. Please suggest some resource person so that that resource person may also refer your name to somebody who is approaching him or her. So this referrals also helps you a lot. And also please give importance to having a mentor in our life, okay? Whether it could be your colleague or senior colleague or belonging to some other field, but we badly need a mentor who can really help us, who can really tap our back and promote us and help us, okay? And also reading is very, very important, because I am not saying this because I am librarian and I'm promoting reading, but as a learner, as a teacher, we should start reading, because this is where we are lagging now, because we are stopped reading, right? We are just reading our professional books, but what about other books? So much literature is available. So reading really helps you a lot in different dimensions. We do not know what are the utilities of that, but reading will make you very updated about the trends, and also it will help you in different ways. So there are a lot of benefits of reading I need not share. And here is the link I have shared, get paid to read books. Sorry, I have made a mistake here. Get paid to read books. This is a wonderful link. I request all of you to please check. And to wind up this session, so I'm sharing just a few points here. Please start working on your writing style, because ultimately your writing is judged online. Your speaking skills should be sharpened. Please try to visit the nearby institute wherever you go for any tour, or wherever you happen to visit some institute. Please try to visit their library. Please try to talk to the similar kind of faculty members who are also interested in the area of your interest. And also try to write for magazines, okay? Don't just focus only on the research journals. Try to write for magazines, blogs, and newspapers. And try to collaborate with the diverse people. It could be supervisor or senior, or anybody who is interested to work with you, right? And also you need to take care of your contacts. That's very, very important. So friends, here I have added some points that I have already covered, so no need of mentioning about this. The first point that I want to highlight again, that you need to be very active online, and you need to comment and also participate, and also help get this network. So that's very, very important. Rest of the point I have already shared, so no need of mentioning that. And lastly, to close my presentation, to wind up my presentation, I strongly recommend to please watch this video. This is one of the wonderful presentation or lecture or speech or talk, whatever you say. It will really inspire you. So what is the gist of this particular talk? I think you must have watched this. This is just 13-minute 15 seconds video. That is a Carla Harris video. This is speech given on TED Talk platforms. So this is such a candid and very powerful talk, wherein she talks about how experts should fight for you, in the sense how experts should talk about you behind the screen, how they should talk about you very, very positively in your absence. Because why they talk about you? Because you have created an impact in the research world. You have created an impact in the academic world through your activities, through your work, by sharing, right? So the experts know about your potentiality, and when the discussion takes place about you during the interviews or uh, while uh, while processing your papers or processing your applications, so or in any professional talks, they may discuss about you, they may fight for you, in the sense this gentleman is really good and we should prefer him. So this kind of thing can be possible only when you are visible, right? So I request all of you to please click this link and you can watch this. So the title of this particular talk is how to find the person who can help you get ahead at work. So you will definitely get results, but it takes time. So impact can be generated or impact can be made only when you have patience and if you consistently work in that line, and definitely you can create impact. So friends, thank you so much for your patient hearing or listening. So we discussed so many things in this presentation. I tried my level best to share my own experience, and the only purpose was that at least you need to be online to showcase very positive works of yours, so that let people can connect with you.
Video on karo kya?
So thank you so much. Once again, I thank all the organizers, both the principals of both the colleges and also the esteemed participants for attending this particular presentation. So thank you so much. And in case if you have any questions, we'll take up those questions. And now I'll stop sharing it.
I think the platform is open for the participants in case if they have any questions. They can put it either in the chat box or they can unmute themselves and ask directly to the sir. Hello, sir. I think, sir, it was so very elaborative that I'm sure they are not having any questions right now. So, and it's always pleasure to hear you. And as you rightly said, sharing your vast experience with us really, matters and helps us in our grooming and our referencing. So, without taking much time, I request Dr. Karuna to propose the vote of thanks.
Yeah, thank you so much. And actually appropriately titled The Joy of Research. And Santosh sir has really given us such a lucid and a very, very insightful talk on the various tools and techniques used in research. So just to summarize what sir has said, as we know, since we are talking about joy of research, which is the very appropriate title for the talk today. Research is a journey into the unknown and a pursuit of knowledge that has the power to ignite our curiosity and fuel passion. As at the end, sir said, research is not only writing research papers, but also writing articles in magazines. So I would add on to say here that research embraces arts and science, humanities, and social sciences, and everything what comes in between. Research, as sir said, not only finds answers, but it is a profound joy of asking questions that drive us forward. He has told us the importance of teaching, research, and publication, and how building an online presence in today's digital age is important. He spoke about he spoke about how our publications will go to wider audience to foster collaboration, networking, and professional growth. I'm sure all of us in some or the other way are doing it, but he gave us the actual points or the steps of how to make your presence felt online. I'm sure this is an ongoing effort, sir, and maybe we will take small steps. And continue to grow with this talk. I'm sure each one of us, in fact, I have taken down some points and maybe I'll try doing it. So basically this approach that you have said helps us give consistency, authenticity, and engagement, which I think is the key for today. That is, you publish your research, help others through these online platforms, and go ahead with it. So thank you so much, sir, for sparing your valuable time with us and giving us a very wonderful talk, a very interesting talk. And at the same time, I would like to thank the organizers of Nirmala College and the principals of Nirmala College and St. Xavier's College, Mumbai, for their constant support, and of course the audience who are here online with us for their patient listening. Also the technical assistance that was provided to make this joy of research online sharing a very good success, and of course thanks to Almighty. Thank you.
Participants, the feedback link will be provided to you in your WhatsApp group. Kindly fill up that because based on that, you will be getting the certificates. Thank you once again to everyone. I think the session is over. We can exit.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you.